Okay. Chop number 2. He's got your accoutrement.
I'm ready.
Push that chair up here, Jonathan. Push that chair up.
We need that. I'm good. Oh, but my step chair. You're brilliant.
That's our podium. I'm improvising. Sorry. They're supposed to have one for us. They forgot. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please a nice round of applause for the dancing sensation known as Daughter.
I'm not really good at public speaking, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm gonna cry, so don't be alarmed. That's just what I do. My husband said that I should go to funerals and just be a professional mourner. And just sit there and just cry with people. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. So whenever you're sad, call me. I'll come cry with you. Okay, well, I finished this bad boy at 2:30 this morning. So I'm not a procrastinator. I'm really not. I'm always on top of things. Right, honey?
Yes.
Yeah, I drive my husband crazy. Okay, here it goes.
Cue the strings.
Where do I begin and where do I end? I don't know. I have so many stories I could recount. Fun times camping, making home videos with my brother and my dad videoing, and my brother yelling at me because I was screwing up and not saying the line at the right time, and et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, I have lots of memories with my family, with my extended family that's here. But tonight I'm going to share what I've learned from my parents, which is a lot.
You can pay us later.
I will. It won't be a lot, maybe a couple bucks. That's all I got. I will add there were some lessons that were more painful than others, but you know, lessons learned. Okay, the first story is pretty funny. It was embarrassing for my mom, but it was pretty freaking funny. I learned there's a difference between green stamps and food stamps. There's a difference. I came home from school and mom, she's so sweet. You know, how was school? How was class? And she was always interested in my day. And I was like, oh yeah, I was talking to my friend at lunch and she didn't know what food stamps were. And I told her that we used food stamps. She goes, you did what? Who did you tell that we used food stamps? I'm like, the food stamps. Those green things. She goes, honey, those are green stamps. You know, they're food stamps, green stamps are the same. Anyway, my mom wasn't too happy about that. So I learned the difference. There is a difference between green and food. Okay, secondly, from my parents, I learned the joy of thrift stores. The joy. As a child, I had a love-hate relationship with thrift stores because Mom would always drag Chris and I to the Seton Center in Emmitsburg. You know the Seton Center? Yeah, of course. I had a love-hate relationship because we would actually buy something. We would actually buy something at the thrift store. Unlike when we would go to the mall just to look around. We wouldn't buy anything. We would just look around. And that was our Friday night. As a family, we would go to the mall and look around. Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, it was fun. But honestly, looking back, I'm so thankful that my parents didn't give me everything I wanted. Because that wouldn't have been good. It was good that I didn't get everything that I wanted.
What do you want?
I have everything I want. I'm good. Splurges were not an everyday occurrence. They were reserved for special occasions, for birthdays, for Christmas, for Easter, and that's what made it special. It made holidays special and birthdays special. I'm off my notes. I don't know where. I remember one particular birthday, or lots of birthdays, my mom would make a Boston cream pie, or Boston cream cake. It was so good. It was so good. So back to the thrift stores. Ironically now, I love going to thrift stores. I love it. It's so much fun. And my husband, he's He's a junkie. He's a thrift stores junkie. He is. So what did I write here?
I paid $75 for that trumpet.
Yeah, exactly. We got that at the thrift store. Yeah, we're always at thrift stores. We always are. So anyway, I have here, back of my notes, I can rest assured that my life will always be filled with goodwill. I know. Okay. A story about my dad. Craig, you'll appreciate this. When I was growing up, my dad was heavily involved with the local fire department and the ambulance company. I think he was an EMT, ITT, or something like that, BLT. As a dancer, I would occasionally twist my knee or sprain my ankle. And one time I asked Dad, I said, my ankle keeps hurting. He said, well, when does it hurt? And I said, well, when I walk on it. He goes, well, don't walk on it. And he throws his hands up in the air, kind of like Grammy. Problem solved. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Another lesson from my dad, how to deal with insomnia. I still deal with that. I always struggle with that. So as a little girl, I would come over in my parents' bedroom and I'd say, Mom or Dad, I said, Dad, I can't sleep. And he would say, go get a glass of milk. Well, unfortunately, this wasn't the best advice because I'm allergic to dairy. But in the 70s and 80s, people didn't talk about food allergies. They didn't talk about the stuff, so we didn't know. Sorry. However, during another sleepless night, my dad gave me some really good advice that put me sound to sleep. He said, even if you can't sleep, the important thing is that you're resting. Sometimes it's the little things that you just remember as a child that just helps you so much. Thank you. Okay, something about Mom. Yeah, Christopher, that's the blue ribbon, the waffle story. That was always entertaining. My mom, my Jeannie. Some of you may not know that Jeannie is her middle name. It's not her first name. It's her middle name, but she's not crazy about her first name, so I won't tell you what it is. It's Betty. It's Betty. Sometimes I call her Betty Boop. I call her my Betty Boop. Well, I have another name for her. It's Life Giver. She gives. She gives not because she has to. She gives because she wants to. She is uniquely gifted. The gifts and attributes that God gives an individual are not for that person. The gifts God gives an individual are for the benefit of others. And I'm sure most of you, if not all of you in this room, have experienced the blessing of this incredible woman. Not only is she loving and caring as a mom,
You can do it, honey.
she's a faithful friend to me and to all of you. Okay, back to Dad. I tend to stress out a lot. I worry, I overthink things. Drives my husband crazy. A few years ago, I was talking to my dad over the phone, and I don't even remember what the subject was. But he gave me some really good advice. He said, Lori, you can care, but don't care too much. I'm so thankful for that advice. It's still hard for me to implement, but I cherish his words of wisdom. And ironically, my husband tells me the same thing. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry, Niagara Falls. Lastly, and most importantly, I'm thankful that my mom and dad took us to church. They knew the importance of learning about the Christian faith. Jesus Christ is my rock and my fortress, and I'm so glad for the seeds that were planted in me as a young child. I love you, Mom, and I love you, Dad, and I thank God for you.